You hear about that kid. He was born with no eyelids. And so they circumcised him and they used the spare bit of skin on his thing, made some new eyelids, and he was fantastic. He was a little cockeyed, but other than that, he was pretty good. Well, I started on the back of the ute. I haven't filmed much of it because it's really hard to get a camera in there while I'm working in there. And I'm just giving it a tidy up. I'm not going berserk in here. So just some of the little dents, like even there, that's where I dropped a dolly or a hammer on it and put a little dent in it. And just doesn't need to go berserk. That's probably a little bit of a buckle where it welded or something. Just that spot there, that's where there was a weld went through there, and you know, various little things like that. Here there's a kink, slight kink in this area. I don't know why, probably because there's a rail going across there, but it stops there, so it ends up a low spot when you weld it for some reason. It's on both sides, it's pretty consistent, and it's not much, just doesn't need to be left. I mean, it's not perfect. You can see where I've sanded it, you see the highs and lows. And I think I'll probably leave them. You barely notice them. And when they made this, it's pressed it. It's actually, you know, it's curved it. They probably could have gone over it with the English wheel and those spots there, so it was flatter. But you know, I'm not worried. It gives the water somewhere to pull. Hi all, just a quick update. I couldn't help myself. I fixed a few little odds and ends. And I'm about to put some undercoat on this now, so I'll show you the undercoat when we're done. I might show you me touching up the undercoat. I can do that. Cheers. Well, that's it. Not perfect by a long shot, but you know, pretty good. There's some slight marks where the wheel tub went in, which I didn't fix. I just stopped any major creasing or anything. So it's still ripply and ups and down like they were from the factory. Not that I ever saw one brand new from factory that I recollect. But I remember them being fairly rough. I fixed the side of one of these utes back in the 80s. It had been pranged. A red one, I really liked it actually. Probably one of the reasons I liked it so much. It belonged to my boss at the time. Anyway, I'm pleased with having that done. So that's it. I'll give that a sand back in a couple of days and then put some 2K on it. A nice heavy coat, and then it should be pretty right to paint. That's the whole car done, virtually. So there you go. That's one stage. So next thing is just to do these last couple of peripherals, that and the odds and ends, but mostly pretty simple work. Okay. Quick squeeze at the spare wheel cover. So just paint stripped it, which made a big difference. I'll give it a good sand. I'll deoxidant it again after that. And after it's had a good sand, and then another good sand, and then I'll probably put some epoxy primer on it, and I'll do the same on the other side. I don't really want to touch it too much. And it's pretty good. Not a bit of rust in this. It's absolutely rust free. It's pretty good. Anyway, that was about it. Cheers. Well, these are the side panels for the tray in the ute, or the back of the ute. And they've got dents. Not too bad, really. And I'm just not sure whether I should put paint stripper on them or just sandblast them. A lot of work, and the back ain't so brilliant either. Could be worse. By the way, that's the original colour there, of the back of the ute anyway. Anyway, I'm going to think whether I might try paint stripping one and see how well it works. If it works really well, then I'll do it that way. Okay. Well, here it is, paint stripped, and it come up all right actually. Needs a good hard sand, probably a bit of a wire brush, sand, deoxygen again. I've got some deoxygen on that. I don't think they even put any undercoat under these. I think I just blew straight over the top of them, and they would have been nice once upon a time. Anyway, so I'm going to paint strip the lot of them, and I'm going to leave them like they are. I'm not going to fiddle with them too much. They're sort of a part of the car's history, so I like that. And on these particular panels anyway. All right, back to it. Well, I've just been having fun with these side panels, and just looking at how they secure, like the screws. Oops, screws. And I'm thinking I might end up putting some small rib nuts in behind. I'm not 100% sure yet, when I'm thinking about it. And, it's a little bit, I don't know, non-genuine for me, that's all. I never liked the original style. Anyway, afternoon all. So yes, it's a rainy, cold rainy afternoon. And so we're working on these inner back panels, and just making sure they fit, give them a dry fit. Obviously, I'll put a new floor in this ute, so I've got to drill the holes along here. Well, some of them might, that panel there's original, and so I don't have to drill any holes in that, fortunately. And but along here, I had to grind there a bit because the wheel tub's slightly bigger. Oh, that seems to be fitting quite nicely. As good as you can expect for Ford, and that probably means a lot to some of you guys. It means nothing fits well in Fords when it comes to this sort of stuff. But anyway, it's going to fit a little better after I finish with it. Quality gun. Actually, it's not a bad gun. I need new hose fittings. They're all worn out, especially the one on the actual hose. That's the one that wears out most because it gets plugged in on and off. Anyway, I just thought I'd give this a bit of a, just to make my workshop smell nice, you know, the scenario. Guide coat. So that's ready to be sanded. So I've got just these last few things. And don't think I'll put that there. I think I'll put it here. On me. There we go. It can sit there for a bit longer. So these things here need to be epoxy primed. We talked about that earlier. Well, I know, and Josh, you'll cut it out anyway. You know, I did 10 hours of footage and he gives you 15 minutes because he's mean like that. See, he's got these little dents. They don't knock out very easy, and it's turning it into an oil can, so it pops. So so I think I might just give this a very heavy high build primer and see if they block out some of them, because they're not much. I just want them to look a little neater. Get it in the sun more. So the other alternative is give it a skimmer bog. I'll think about that. Josh reckons I should fix them, and I reckon I should leave them. I just had to put a second application on it because somehow I always manage to make a little low spot where I haven't put quite enough in. So how annoying is that? So anyway, so I didn't think I had a low spot there, but I just did it again there anyway. So this is done anyway, it won't take much to just do that. Josh has been nagging me, he reckons these little marks here I should fix. See that? And so just where we welded it from the other side, I pulled it down. But they're real shits to bog up and make good again because it sort of lowers itself from there to there. So it's a lot of, so I don't know. I kind of like it. It is factory, it's factory, they all like that from factory. You'll never see one that's had the tailgate welded in from factory with spot welds that don't actually leave marks because they didn't care. She was a hay hauler, as the old saying goes. And I'll put a little bit more seam sealer in these spots here where I didn't, just in the corners and stuff. So it didn't look right. Okay, let's see if we get this out of here. So this is finished now. I can't paint it out, it's too cold. Temperature's too low and I don't have any way of heating the space up. So tomorrow, when hopefully the sun will come out, and I'll give that a go to 2K now. It's pretty good. It's flat as a. In fact, it's a bit too. It's a wickedly nice. This is, and yeah, just probably a bit too good. I'm just working on these side panels for the back of the ute, and I've decided to fix the dents in them. I couldn't help myself, and everybody says, oh, you've got to fix the dents, namely my 12-year-old, so which will panel beat that one. Anyway, here they are, a bit more thing. It says no shortage of little dents in them. Some are worse. The back ones, the ones towards the back of the car, are worse than the ones that were up in that section, which is nice. So sadly I haven't sanded this one yet, but that'll be a bad one. And you can even see them through the edge, through the mist coat or guide coat. So yeah, I'm just going to put a thin skim of bog over them, block it out, and I'm not going to get too fussy, just as long as they look pretty straight. Not merely a million little dents in it. And there's Scott over there, he's been sandblasting his frame. I'll show you. What's this called again, Scott? YZ?
Mess.
What?
Oh, mess.
Mess.
What's that called? It's a YZ 250.
YZ 250, there's the frame. So he's doing a full rotisserie restore on this. Is that right? Full rotisserie restore?
If you hang on, it can rotate, yes.
Yeah.
No, not quite. Just the front. The engine was pulled out, so I thought I might as well paint the frame.
Yeah, and he's ordered new gears from America and stuff from Italy, so he's sourcing the parts from all over the globe.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah. And, well, that's an impressive amount of media we got back.
Got nearly all.
It's just, yeah, that's great.
There's no point getting too clean. I'm going to make more mess in a minute.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cheers.
Cheers. Quick browse at the spray gun. This is my new spray gun. It's called a 2-spray, which means it's got 2 tips. So it has a 1.3 and a 1.8 millimeter tip. And I bought myself my usual little pressure reduction thing. Nice shiny blue one. Look, the other one's getting a bit dirty. And so I give that a go anyway. If I can't get it to spray how I like it, I'll complain. But see how she goes. And I've been told they're very good. So what more can you go by? But I was talking to my mate in Tasmania, Kim from Visit Bodyworks, and he's got one picked out for me, but his paint shop hasn't got any in at the moment. So Kim, if you get one, still get it, and I'll still send you the dough for it, because I don't seem to be able to find one. I'll have a look online yet though. We'll catch up. And the other thing Kim told me to buy was this grippy, what's it called, grippy something, grippy sanding cloth. And apparently this is the duck's nuts. So I can't get it out, but it's for wet, for sanding wet. And you get a little block. It's expensive though. And it should come at the bottom, shouldn't it? It's just going to keep coming up forever. Anyway, so you get the message. That's the grippy side, the yellow, and that's the sandy side. I think it's a 3M product, obviously. And if I use that, I'll just use that to quickly sand under the bonnet. But the reason I haven't got 600 or 800 is because they didn't have any of that in that grit. But I'll probably just buy the thing. But see what happens. I've never used it. I'll go to buy the block yet. So, well, I must be getting better, because only one little low spot there, one there, the same in the middle, because the middle is the most bent in spots. Everything else has come out pretty tidy, so I'm pleased I decided to fix these, and it'll be, you know, they'll look straight. It'll be nice. Not the end of the world. So this is near completed. They get a sand back yet, but they're no longer got any dents in them. In fact, they look quite good. And 2 more here, and so they'll look pretty smick actually in the car with some nice shiny colour on them. A bit too nice probably, but I'm going to live with that. And that's the filler fuel. Still wet. I've got to get out of here. It smells. Thanks very much. Can you see the car? Thanks very much for watching, and I really appreciate your support, and I'm sorry it's so slow and boring, and what can you do? It just is what it is. And but I always get a bit sort of, I feel cheated if I don't get to see everything. When someone just sort of flicks to the end, I did this, and I really like to watch it, even if it's in time lapse. And if I don't want to watch it, I just skip forward. And but it's there if you want to see it. So that's the deal. So thanks very much. Please like, share, and subscribe.